go into Pantheon thinking about what can I learn to make that difference and be that change in my company and myself. And then, every day try to pick one, maybe two things that you're actually going to take action on.
Welcome to Mastering ServiceTitan, where we get expert advice from power users. I'm your host, Josh Liu, and today I'm here with Danielle Combs. Danielle Combs is the Program Manager, Customer and Partner Relations. She is actually employee 156 at ServiceTitan and has been here for about 9 years, which is insane. Like the amount of change and experience that you must have seen is nuts. And so, Danielle, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate you having me again.
Of course, yeah, you are particularly good for this episode because before we started recording, you were telling me you've been to every single Pantheon. Is that right?
I have attended and either had a booth or presented at every Pantheon we've had, including when it used to be called Dispatch. And it started with the first one being in Vahey's backyard.
So we've come a long way since then. Actually, let's dive right in. I'd love to go over what people can expect for Pantheon in terms of the schedule, and then we can go into a few big highlights on topics and some advice for attending. So maybe to kick off, Pantheon looks like Wednesday, September 17th. And if you can maybe just walk us through what's that first day look like?
Yeah. So, there's lots of different things depending on, your area and, how you're coming into this. But really the large portion of it starts off with being able to, come and pick up your badges and get registered for the conference. And so that starts at 10 a.m. We want to give you guys as much time as possible to be able to, get there and, get things done. So that starts at 10 a.m. through about 1 o'clock. And then the really cool thing that we're doing this year is that we're actually opening up the expo hall early. And so those early birds that want to get there and be able to poke around to our sponsor booths and our internal booths about the product and meet people and just mingle, get more time this year. So we're opening what we're calling Expo Hall Light, where you can actually do that from 1 to 4 before our traditional welcome reception that we do. So it's a great time, if you like to get there early and just get the feel of things, you like to pre-plan your agenda and get the lay of the land, you have that opportunity to do so. Then the real fun starts happening from 4 to 6. We have that welcome reception where you get, those cocktails and hors d'oeuvres and things to be able to mingle, eat, have a drink, and really enjoy, being able to network all the contractors and all of our titans.
Awesome. Yeah, the Expo Hall Light is really great because I know it can get crazy in there. Like midway through Pantheon, You look in there and it is packed in there. Everyone's asking questions. There's so much going on. And so to have 3 extra hours to just be the first one in there, make some connections. And like you said, if there's something that you want to learn more about, that could be a great opportunity to just jump right in.
Exactly. And some of us aren't great with crowds. And so for those of us that struggle, like we want to make sure that you have time, that it's a little bit lighter on the activity and, you're not having to push through anything. And the other really cool thing too, is this year we are, instead of just doing, our ServiceTitan big sponsored event that we have that we'll get to for the next day, we're actually kicking off right after the reception. A fun thing that we're doing is this year we have sponsored block parties. So you're actually going to be able to continue that party after the welcome reception and be able to have even more fun. So definitely look at the different options there as well. I won't spoil anything, but there's some great ones that you'll want to definitely look into.
Super cool. So yes, you get your badges, you got the expo hall, there's a little welcome reception and then some sponsored block parties, but don't party too hard because the next day is pretty packed, I think.
Exactly.
What does Thursday look like?
Yeah, so Thursday kicks off with, at 8 a.m., with a packed agenda. So we do have breakfast for you from 7 to 8. So please get there early before we start the programming. So then that way you can get a good meal in your stomach and keep you hydrated and ready to go and learn. And we start those opening sessions with Ara with a keynote. So it's going to be really great. He's just so inspirational. He's such an amazing person. He's honestly one of the main, Ara and Vahe are one of the main reasons why I'm still here today after 9 years. The second being our customers and the industry as a whole. But you guys will not want to miss that keynote. So please get there first thing for that. And then right after, it is a jam-packed day. We go right into breakout sessions that really, deep dive into amazing topics. And look at the agenda online and pre-plan where you want to go. We have so many breakouts that I highly recommend. If you're bringing more than one person, please attend different sessions and take notes so that you can bring even more content back to your company and your teams. But yeah, we have those breakout sessions that go through. And then the one thing to keep in mind is we want you to have breaks, because those breaks are important. We have those in the morning and afternoon within those breakouts. So then that way we can give you time to get coffee, stay hydrated. It's a lot of moving around, a conference center. And then also it gives you more time in that expo hall. So you'll notice that this year the breaks have been extended. So that way you have more time to mingle with others, network with other contractors, and get to all of those booths. We have a ton for you to see. And then, of course, we have the lunches as well. So not only those breaks, but the lunch we'll have available for you. On Thursday in particular, we have what we call the birds of a feather lunch, which is really neat because then you get to actually be sitting and having lunch with other contractors of your similar industry and size and area. So then that way you can really get to know and pick their brains for best practices and help each other grow, which is a big part of Pantheon, is really getting that time with each other as well as those other product experts.
Awesome. And then towards the evening, Thursday, there's some exciting stuff going on as well, right?
Right around the afternoon, we have a neat opportunity to have a kind of a keynote that is very specific to residential, and we have one that is specific to commercial. That way, if it's not pertaining to you, you don't have to sit through a whole thing and wait for your part, your segment. We've made those very specific sections, and then we have breakouts that are available so that you can go and see those if that specific keynote is not pertinent to you. But I do have to say that residential one is going to have a lot of really neat things that are pertinent sometimes to both. And so I highly recommend going to it anyways. But yeah, those are going to be amazing. And then keep in mind that we have the product keynote, which is one of my favorites too. Sorry, Ara, but Vahe gets to steal the show with those, future thinking, what's coming out in the product moments with that product keynote that is Thursday afternoon. So definitely put that on your schedule to make sure that you get to go see Vahe and our product team with that one, because you will be amazed with just what they've come up with and what's on the roadmap and how customer focused and centric it is. So don't miss that one.
Yeah, that one is such a highlight. I know they will be announcing a lot of new stuff at that one, and there's really cool stuff that we've been working on that I can't say, and we can't say on the podcast because we don't want to ruin it, but definitely make that one super exciting to just see the cutting edge of what ServiceTitan is building.
Yeah. And it doesn't end there. You're going to be on a high from all that. And then you get a break to take some time, go change, go freshen up. Your feet are going to start hurting because it's a lot of walking. It's a lot of standing to cover a giant conference in an entire day. But we have an awesome event scheduled that night. We have our Titan appreciation party that we've been doing year after year, and we are not letting you down. Our events team has knocked it out of the park and has an amazing event scheduled for our customers. And if you check your email and online, I think that they even this year, for the first time ever, we announced who is going to be our entertainment. So check those. I'm not sure if we're supposed to say on the podcast.
I don't know either. So yeah, check your email.
But yeah, so definitely do that because it did get published out there. So if you know, and definitely comment here. But if you don't, go ahead and check that and look into it. But it's going to be a great time. You guys are going to absolutely love it. And the great thing is that all of our Titans also participate and love to spend time with us, our customers, and have that time that's more chilled down, downtime to be able to spend with you guys. So please attend that as well.
Yeah, the Titan Appreciation Party is always another huge highlight, but what a packed day for day 2. And the costume theme, I believe, is Vintage Carnival this year for the Titan Appreciation Party.
Yeah, so we're not asking for anybody to dress up, but yes, the theme is going to be a vintage circus. So under the big top, it's going to be amazing. So it just has a lot of really neat things involved with it. If you got to attend Pantheon last year, we had, the theme with the 80s, and we went all the way, and that's in true Titan fashion, we will do it again.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I remember people wearing like bright neon colors last year. And it was super fun. And so I didn't realize we're not asking for costumes. I went way ahead. Like everybody brings red and white stripes and diamonds and whatever. But no, that's okay. Not necessary. Not necessary.
No,
Just
no,
enjoy the party.
don't have to, dress up as a lion tamer or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're good. Don't try to be a juggler.
Yeah, just come on by, enjoy the party and the entertainment. So that's Thursday. That's a big day. What does Friday look like?
Friday is just as intense almost, but it's a shorter day. So it starts off again, breakfast. We got to keep you fed. So show up early and make sure that you're there. Again, the expo hall is open during all meal times and break times. So if you didn't get a chance to hit that expo hall, again, it's a great time to do that and make sure that you are ready for the day. And then we start with a great keynote presentation from one of our sponsors. And so you'll get to hear from them for a few minutes. So that is Rilla. We have our next keynote session, which you guys will love. We have our external keynote speakers that we have this year for you guys. And Josh, I'll let you maybe cover who those are.
Yeah, wait, this is the Peter Tia and Dr. Andrew Huberman.
Yep, those are them.
This is
absolutely.
the one. Yeah.
We are so excited. Yeah. And even better is we have an amazing moderator for it. So if that doesn't get you starstruck enough, Keith Mercurio is the moderator and is having this fireside chat with them. And it's just going to be so amazing.
Wow.
So it's, three huge names that are going to be there. So it's going to be amazing. But just remember that Pantheon isn't, it's about thought leadership and growth for you too. So it's not just about product. We have these sessions and these keynote speakers really are going to bring that to the house and give you things that you can take away for you and your team. Definitely know that and attend if at all possible. Like if you have something to miss, don't let it be that.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I had someone text me when they announced who the speakers were. Someone texted me and was like, wait, Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Peter Tia are speaking at Pantheon. Are you in heaven right now? Like what is going on? The information that they put out is so helpful. And I love that they're covering topics that affect all of us, not just service, not super ServiceTitan specific. And they want us to enhance our well-being just as a human being and live healthy, long lives. And they're so smart too. So we're going to nerd out. And then Keith Mercurio is moderating. I actually just found that out now when you told me. So I couldn't have thought of a better moderator for that, who really understands our customers and can ask good questions to bring up what matters. So
he is such an amazing human being. And fun fact, I have known Keith since his early days when he started with Nexstar in the trades. And when I was a Nexstar member as a customer of ServiceTitan, he was our coach and trainer. So he would train all of our staff on the Nexstar way and things. So it's just so amazing to see how much he's grown. And when he gives advice, he's lived it, breathed it, and it's truly from the heart and from a caring place. And so it's amazing to hear him speak. It's very really transformational.
I feel like every time I hear Keith speak, I cry at some point. It's so good. So very excited for that.
It's hard to not do that one. But so we have amazing keynotes that morning, but then we jump right back into the thick of it with even more breakout sessions for you to have. With that, we have another presentation specifically that's another keynote before lunch that is having Keith speak, about a topic. So you'll get to hear Keith again, not just be from a moderator, but he'll also be speaking on a topic. And the really cool thing about that presentation is it's our kind of closing keynote. It's going to be our last keynote that we have for Pantheon. It's not the end of the day. It's in the middle. So it keeps you nice and awake, but it gives you a chance to hear from Keith, our leadership team. And we have some really cool announcements to make. One of those is going to be our Prometheus Award winners. So every year, our Titans for Change team at ServiceTitan, our philanthropy group, has started a program called the Prometheus Award, and we're going to be announcing the winners of that. So it's celebrating customers of ServiceTitan that are in the trades and that give back to their communities and make a difference, because we want to celebrate those acts of kindness and that change leadership out there in the community. So please come to that, not only to see Keith, but also to celebrate those amazing industry titans that are making a difference in their community.
Wow, that is beautiful. Yeah, it's amazing how much our contractors make an impact in their community and how involved they are. And so that is such a cool award to see and celebrate.
Yeah. And it's think of it like the NFL has the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. This is the award for the trades and we make it a big deal. And so please attend. And I have to say, it's so tough judging these. I'm on that group and judging these entries, like I don't know, I can't say how many times I cried.
Wow.
It's so tough. And going through all the calibrations and level setting and trying to pick a winner, it's rough. It's hard to do.
Wow, I do not envy that job. That sounds really tough, and it must be just so cool to hear all the stories and the impact that they're making in their communities, beyond just their typical work, which is already making an impact. So it's like it's just that's what's so cool about the trades, I think, and our customers, and the fact that we celebrate this with them.
It's amazing. And it's a great way for us to be able to share those stories and let other contractors know what can be done in the community. But yeah, so again, that's not the end. That's just the middle of the day, by the way. We have an awesome lunch specifically for Torch Network members. So if you're a Torch Network member, you're going to have an amazing lunch event just for you. Everybody else still gets an awesome lunch, and everybody's included in having great food and networking available. So that's available there. And then we're going to have, again, even more breakout sessions. We have some sponsored speaking events where we have some really cool content being brought in. So don't miss those pieces. It's going to be scattered all throughout the entire conference, not just Friday. We have the expo hall that's going to be open till the very end at 3:30 on Friday. So if you missed anything, make sure and get out there and be able to get more information from all of those booths, our internal booths, our resources that we have at ServiceTitan, as well as our sponsors and vendors. And this year's going to be pretty cool because we've opened up the doors to even more types of vendors that you haven't seen in the past. So it's going to be a really fun experience.
That's amazing. So that's the schedule. I know there's a few big things that are new this year. One I really wanted to dive into was the hackathon. So we've never done this before, right? And for those who don't know, what is a hackathon?
A hackathon is really a chance for end users to be involved and be able to give ideas of what they'd like to see done and have our developers and engineers working side by side with them, creating those ideas on the fly, and then users and participants being able to give live feedback on what's going on, and then our customers being able to judge those projects that were done throughout Pantheon during that hackathon. And excuse me, it's HackTheon because it's a hackathon at Pantheon. So it's our HackTheon that we're doing. But we've gotten some amazing submissions from customers that just awesome ideas for net new product ideas and features, to enhancing things that we already have, to fixing things that we have that might need some tweaking to really be useful. Being able to get those ideas from our end users and be able to then work on them side by side, and then be able to see a glimpse of what that life cycle looks like, what goes into creating a feature. It makes it really interesting to be able to, lift up that curtain and give that glimpse to others on the outside world that it might think it's easy to just add that button right there on that page, but showing what really goes into having to add that button or word or something that you might think is so small, but it's pretty involved, and how skilled that team is that puts that together, and going through that process and getting that live is going to be amazing.
That's so cool. When is the hackathon and how do people participate?
Yeah, so we already had online, we gathered submissions from customers of what those projects would be. And if you participate in that, you are already in the know. But that's not the end. You can still participate at Pantheon. It won't be that we're going to get a new project started right there. We're going to have one of the ones that we've considered, because we have to make sure that it's a project that we can actually do during this short amount of time. So we did have to, have the submissions early. But at Pantheon, please stop by the booth, see and engage with the team. Our R&D team is so excited for this because they love having interaction with our customers. And so you're going to be able to go and give real-time feedback to them on these projects that they're doing right then and there. You're going to be able to see that process, again, see under that curtain, demystify the process. And so please go and engage with the team. They love it. They're super excited. And, so just be there, participate, anything they ask, ask your questions, ask what the process is, ask about what it takes, to do these things. And then the really neat thing is that Friday morning break, we're going to have a special time during that break that we're really doing that hackathon so that you can participate. And then later in that keynote, we're going to actually announce the winners, the finalists, the projects that got voted the most. And we're going to have some fun things there as well to participate in too. So wait for that announcement. So be there for the hackathon announcement for what those projects are, those finalists, because we're going to have some neat things even for you to participate in based on those winners.
That is so cool.
Stay tuned and be engaged.
What a cool concept. So yeah, our customers have submitted ideas of things they want to build, things they want to fix, things they want to enhance. We have picked those projects and are bringing the whole product team to Pantheon to work side by side alongside you all. And so if you're listening and you have an idea or you show up and you just say, hey, actually that part of the app is like maybe Pricebook. I'm really familiar with it. I've got great feedback. I got some ideas. Show up to the booth, pass along your feedback, and you can be directly involved in building the future of ServiceTitan. And then on Friday, it sounds like they might announce like which project we're going to do and whatnot. So yeah, you guys are all involved and open.
Yeah, we're doing projects there. So they're going to be actively building features at that booth. And we're going to have, the finalist features are going to be ones that, are going to be potentially available soon. That's something like we're actually building them to work during Pantheon. So it's, not only, an idea that came to fruition, it's going to be that they're working on it and building it and shipping it right then and there as much as possible. So it's going to be really neat. And I have to say, like, if you haven't, looked at what a hackathon is, please look it up online, Google that, look up videos and podcasts about it. They're so much fun and it's a great way for you to participate.
Yeah, I know a lot of companies do it where like they like hunker down for a whole day. They stay in a room and they just build really, really cool stuff. And then people vote on it and things get funded. Super cool to be able to do that with our customers.
Yeah.
Next big topic on Pantheon in terms of like breakout sessions to keep an eye out for. AI is like everywhere these days. It is the new thing. It is here. Anything to mention about AI and TI?
I would say that those are the sessions I would absolutely make sure that you send somebody on your team to if you're attending Pantheon. It is the future. No matter what we do, like, and thinking about the trades, like I think of my husband, he's a technician. Like he thinks of like, I use the wrench that's in my bag, but think of all the amazing things that we can do to make even the technician's life easier, maybe the office side easier. And the one thing that I like to really push people to think of is think of how AI is going to help enhance your team's abilities, not replace them. People sometimes get too much into the sci-fi on AI. Like you have somebody that is so knowledgeable on your team and you might be underutilizing them. And how can we help take some of that burden off of them so they can really show you their talents and come, bloom in what they can do for you and your company to make your company even better and them as a person grow. Think of AI in that way. And also like, look at just like, if you look at masterminds right now, everybody's asking like, what AI agents are you using? What, AI tools are you using? So this is an amazing way to really be able to hear about how they're working in the actual trades, network with people who have already used them, might be, as somebody who's interested in maybe cracking that egg and using the AI tools for the first time. But the really neat thing is that everything we're presenting is things that will really enhance your experience for your entire team and really unlock so much more from ServiceTitan and the ROI that you get from it. So I really can't strongly enough state to go to any of the AI and TI stuff because it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, there will be plenty of breakout sessions on that. So yeah, keep an eye out as you
Yes.
look to the schedule and snag those seats. Any other big topics that we should cover in terms of the breakout sessions or things to look out for?
There's a lot there, but I do have to say, coming from being a customer in the past and knowing a lot of the pain points in the field and in the office, one thing that was super exciting for me, looking at some of the breakout sessions and things, was also some of the stuff coming out for our payments and financing, so our fintech side. You all know that there's been some pain over the years. We won't hide that. And there's some amazing advancements there. And so I would highly recommend those fintech breakout sessions, as well as, as we're talking about all of these things and how to gain more. The big thing too is the pro products. If you have a pro product and you're struggling with it and there are certain aspects that you think that you can use more of it and get more out of it, please go to those sessions, as well as if you have, don't have them and you want to learn more, you can do that too. And we have an amazing team that, not only from those breakouts, you can actually, work with the team after those breakouts to go to those specific booths for those products and learn more, have a demo, troubleshoot, whatever it may be. Those teams are on site. So, no matter if you're an existing user or you are a potential user of those, it's all about being able to empower you and, help you with those pieces. So I, highly recommend being very interactive with what you learn and going to those booths and learn more and interact with the teams.
Yeah, the pro products have evolved so much. And I think for me, the biggest thing that I've seen, and this is just my take on it, it could be different for everybody, but with pro, there's been so much AI and like changes happening where the pro products are super cutting edge now. The machine learning and their ability, like Dispatch Pro, Sales Pro, they are pulling the future forward. It is crazy what is going on with those products and how they're synergizing together as well. Like I think we had Krista Landon on one of our webinars where she had a job that was like fully automated. It came through Marketing Pro, then it got scheduled automatically with Scheduling Pro. It got dispatched with Dispatch Pro, technicians out there, and that whole flow was automated and like optimized with these AI agents or these pro products. So it's like the first fully automated job, which is really, really cool to see. And of course, it's not replacing you. It is a layer on top to just help to magnify and expand your current capabilities.
Exactly. It's not, like you said, it's not replacing, it's enhancing, it's amplifying, it's empowering you to do more and be more. You think of if you hire a CSR, they're not just capable of taking a call, booking a call, building a rapport with somebody. They have so much more potential. That's a position that has so much room for growth. And so that allows your company to use those tools to empower them to have more time to really amplify their skills and better your business. Because the more amazing people we have that work for us and the power that we can give them to use it and, explore those skills, the better your company is going to be in the end. So it's going to be huge. Definitely those pro products and that AI is going to be a lot of fun to see what it brings to the table and, what it can change in the industry.
Amazing. Shifting gears here a little bit. So you've been to 9 Pantheons. You probably have some good advice on how to approach Pantheon, how to manage your energy, how to prioritize which breakouts to go to. And I'm sorry I threw 3 questions at you, but maybe if I could take a step back. Any advice in general for Pantheon attendees?
So Pantheon is like drinking from a fire hose. It is so much information. It's a lot. So take it in stride. Just think of change management. You can't implement everything at once. You can't do everything. So I really challenge people, when you attend this or anything, any event, go into it with, a plan. Proper prior planning prevents perplexing problems. That's my favorite motto. And so, think about who you strategically want to network with. It's a huge asset. We put this together and you have industry leaders here. So please, take advantage of that and maybe have some key people that you might want to go meet. So maybe you want to go, be able to finally meet in person Angie Snow or Tom Howard or the blue collar nerd, Lance Bachman, Ishmael. There's so many industry leaders that are going to be there. So I really recommend thinking about who you would really like to be able to network with, or a type of person, that you'd like to. Maybe you don't know a name, but, think about that. And so put down a list that you'd like. The other thing is with the learning, really outline where do you want your company to be next year? What goals do you have? And what things can you learn that would help you achieve those goals and attain that? And so go into Pantheon thinking about what can I learn to make that difference and be that change in my company and myself. And then every day, try to pick 1, maybe 2 things that you're actually going to take action on. And I usually say, write it down. Keep yourself honest. There's going to be tons of stuff you're learning and that you want to do and you're so excited about, but narrow it down to that 1, 2 things, because change management only happens effectively if you have action items that you can really do and you don't overwhelm yourself or your team with them. So pick those key things. And so again, have those ideas in mind of what is really important to you and your company, and then find those things and really narrow it down to those that you want to make changes with. So that's my biggest advice for the content and the networking. But just from a personal standpoint, you're going to be talking a lot. to people and things. And so I highly recommend bring, throat lozenges, cough drops, because you're going to start going hoarse after talking for so much. So I highly recommend that all of our employees, all of our customers who attend, wear super comfy shoes. Don't go for fashion, go for comfy, because you are going to be standing and walking a lot. If you've ever been to Pantheon, this one is different than any other one. In the past, we've all been on one level. This year, it is like 3 levels of a conference center that we are covering. And yes, there are escalators, there are elevators to help, but it's just a lot of space. And so be comfortable and, wear those comfy shoes. We're there to help out. We're not there to judge your outfit. So yeah, absolutely do that. And then also take advantage of those breaks and lunches, stay hydrated, and just have fun and be engaged. And if you become overwhelmed, find a conference buddy, pair up with another attendee, pair up with a ServiceTitan employee. And that's another thing, is that our employees, this is our favorite thing about ServiceTitan and our conferences, especially Pantheon, is getting to engage with our customers so much. This is the one time a year that we get to see you in person. And so, if you know that your success rep is going to be there, somebody on product you've worked with, even if you've never met them, if you've engaged with somebody at ServiceTitan, or if there's somebody that you want to meet, make it a big thing to go and introduce yourself and spend time with a ServiceTitan employee. We absolutely love it. So not only at the R&D booth at the HackTheon, but every single booth, every single event, part of the event that you see one of us there, please reach out. And we would love to talk to you and spend time with you, including myself. So I really look forward to meeting as many new faces as I can this year. So please come visit me as well. I will be around, several different places, and look forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah, I do want to share a little bit more about STCU. You guys have a room at Pantheon. And so, yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about where you'll be at Pantheon and where our listeners can go find you?
Absolutely. So I run our ServiceTitan Certified User Program. And with that, it has a booth available for you to learn more about the program, ask questions. So I will be between the Certified User booth there in the expo hall, as well as we have a room dedicated to our certified users as well. So we have a room this year for the first time ever where, number one, if you aren't certified yet, the cool thing is that at Pantheon, you could become certified because we have breakout sessions that count towards credit, towards tests in the exams. So you can actually get credit for attending breakout sessions, as well as in that room that we're going to have available, we're going to have a testing area. So if you need some quiet space to decompress, maybe you want to finish an exam while that topic is fresh on your mind, you're able to go in there and plug in your laptop or iPad or whatever you brought in with you and be able to take those exams right there on your device. We want you to be able to be comfortable and use your system. And then also in that room, we do something really cool to celebrate our certified administrators, our special certified users that have that highest designation, that highest role. And so at Pantheon, we actually give out custom varsity jackets with your name, the logo, everything on it. And so those that were certified by a certain date and were attending Pantheon at that time, if you'd bought your tickets, and we know, because we have to have some lead time to create something custom, can't be on the fly, sorry. But what we did was we ordered custom jackets for them. We did it last year too. And it was a ton of fun being able to see the sea of blue jackets and being able to celebrate those users that really went above and beyond in their education and commitment to their companies and the trades to really hone their skills and help others on their team as well as themselves. So they'll be able to pick up those jackets if they were eligible for those jackets, as well as if you got a jacket last year or this year. For the first time, we actually are doing a patch station where we have some really cool patches that you can add to that varsity jacket. Just like, your high school jacket, we're going to keep it fun. You're going to be able to add to it over the years. So you'll get a special patch that is specific to Pantheon 2025 and ones for other programs that you can participate in, like Lady Titans. If you're a Lady Titan or a supporter of Lady Titans, there's a patch for that. Commercial, to celebrate our ServiceTitan commercial side, we have that, as well as our Torch Network members. We have patches for them too. So we can do that, as well as we're going to have a really cool photo moment area where you can actually take pictures with your new jacket or your new patches with each other. It's going to be really neat. So come and hang out. We have a lounge area with couches and things for those that are certified. They just come and mingle with other certified users, as well. And last minute addition, and I'm going to throw this out there, we haven't announced it anywhere, so this is an exclusive for you, Josh, is that we actually secured an industry leader that is part of one of our big keynotes this year that is also going to do a meet and greet in our STCU room. And it's going to be Thursday morning's first break. So before they even get to, do anything fun or flashy and talk, they get to meet some of our amazing users, and they have some awesome advice to give and, on growth and things like that. So, big thing is that if you want to meet Lance Bachman in person and have some really close, intimate time, come to the STCU room and you'll be able to have that for an hour. It's going to, again, be that first break on Thursday. And so definitely come see us there. You do not have to be a certified user to come to the meet and greet. It does help, but you don't have to be certified, of course. Please come and pick his brain and get some one-on-one time. And he will love to meet you and spend some time there.
Wow, that is amazing. I do want to say those jackets has got to be the coolest ServiceTitan swag that I've ever seen. And what an accomplishment too, to reach that highest level. The STCU program in terms of career pathing and knowledge about ServiceTitan, it's incredible. We did a deep dive on STCU when we had you on the podcast before. So I'll link that episode if people just need to catch up on some of that information. But other than that, any final thoughts or parting words to share with our audience before Pantheon?
Come with an open mind, and you don't have to be a social butterfly, but open yourself up, network and find others and really learn and grow. It's not, a sales pitch. It's not just about the product. It's about the industry. There's tons of product stuff there. Of course, it's ServiceTitan, where we want to make sure that we empower you in the product, but it's just getting to network with others, get to meet the team, give your feedback, get to know a face to the name that you see when you're contacting us. We love that. It's the time that we get to show that we are a Titan family, because, the trades are a huge family. We're super close knit. And I, again, come from the trades, and ServiceTitan, it's the same thing. We feel like, you are our family. And so we're all Titans together, no matter, which logo you have, that you display, whether it be your company's or ours. We're all Titans together in this to help achieve the extraordinary. And, how we do that is together and networking and helping each other grow. So learn from others, help others learn from you. You've done amazing things in your company and as a person, and we want to know about it and share that with others. So.
Beautiful. Yeah, speaking of sharing with others, I just want to selfishly plug Mastering ServiceTitan. We'll have a booth. We'll be recording podcasts live. And especially if you have one of those varsity jackets and there's a feature that you love and you're an expert in and you would love to give advice on or share mistakes you made that you can save people from, please come by the booth. Would love to interview you on Mastering ServiceTitan so we can help continue to spread the knowledge that you've gained over the years. Danielle, thank you so much for coming on, and we will catch you all on the next episode.